What's up, what's up, what's up? Back again with another live version of Talking Facts with your boy Chuck Wick Ills, aka Charles Brown. You know what it is. We do the most controversial topics on this show. This is what we do. This is why I moved it to my low-key channel, because some of this stuff is a little bit touchy. It's a little bit touchy, and I only feel comfortable talking about it here. So let's get into it, man. I want to know, man. You know that there's been a recording released of Xxxtentacion supposedly admitting that he beat his girlfriend's ass. Not only did he admit, according to the words out of his own mouth, and it don't sound like nobody else, that she kept fucking up, so he had to start beating her ass. And there's only like the clip is probably a minute, I want to say. Pitchfork magazine got a hold of it. Some dude, I mean, you can't judge people's motives, but it's kind of shady, some fucked up shit to go ahead and record this man for damn near half an hour and then sell the shit to Pitchfork. I'm sure Pitchfork paid for it, because if this shit was for free, it wouldn't have just went to only Pitchfork. They would have released this everywhere. So Pitchfork paid this person, whoever this person is. They came up with the recording from out of nowhere. Now, I don't know. Now, this is kind of fishy. They're saying that this could be part of the case against him. If this is part of the case against him, I don't think it's in the public record. So, but it could be part of the case against him. Now, if it's part of the case against him, it's only one of two things. One is this was recorded illegally and it's inadmissible. Or two, it was recorded legally, or it was deemed legal to be used in the case. He died. Case got dropped, but the prosecutor is tired of everybody making this guy a saint. So he put this out on his own. The prosecutor or whoever it was working the case against this guy, maybe the cops, I don't know. But I have no idea how this tape will get into the hands of Pitchfork without someone law enforcement doing it, or who's going to sit on this. So whoever did it had to sit on it. This is such a hot topic. Like, this is huge. Whoever he's talking to, he knows this person, he trusts this person. So how did this get out from someone he's trusted? Did Pitchfork bribe them? Did they approach Pitchfork? Who knows? But all we know is that we got the tape. And all we know is we've been hearing for quite some time that XXX was on trial when we first heard of this guy. When I first heard of this guy, I didn't hear of him when he first dropped the SoundCloud and you know, look at me and all that. I didn't hear him. That was before my time. I heard of him pretty much after he was in jail and supposedly Drake stole his flow. I didn't hear him at all before that. I think it was Academics posted it that Drake stole a Florida art. He wasn't even known yet as XXX. He was a Florida artist. Drake has stolen a Florida artist's flow. Blah, blah, blah. He's in jail for the domestic violence accusation at the time. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. He's in jail. He blows up. The song goes nuts. Freaking national attention, pretty much on an underground level. National attention. He has fans before he even steps foot out of the jail. Fast forward, this dude blows up, puts out a couple albums, and full disclosure, I like this dude's music. I know it's like sucker shit or whatever to be like, I like it because it's like it's the divide is so drastic. It's either you real emo or you just mad soft or something to even like this stuff, or you mad New York Timberland boots, and you're like, this new shit is whack. It's supposed to be one or the other. Can't be no in between. But I am in between. I like a lot of this kid's music. This dude made some good music, bro. It is. He's very melodic. He's very talented. He stepped outside the box. He was not afraid to do different things, to take chances, and I applaud him for that. So, with that being said, the music was quality to me. I even did a review on my other channel of the album. The music was, even though it was a lot of singing, it was a lot of singing, but I found it to be, I thought it was going to be bullshit, but I found it to be very, entertaining. He told you it was for depressed people, what have you. Drops that album, gets into a lot of, every time you look up, this dude's beefing. This dude was Tekashi 6ix9ine before Tekashi 6ix9ine. I think Tekashi 6ix9ine took that page out of this guy's book because he was doing all that before this dude came around. And the difference between him and Tekashi was this dude was out there with the shits. He was knocking blocks off and getting his block knocked off and all that other shit. So it wasn't a lot of fake shit. Like, this dude was out there. He got clothesline and all kind of shit. He did some fucking up. They like fighting, whatever. Cuz was wild. He was a wild youngin'. So I personally, and this is just my belief, and I know you're not supposed to say this if if you're some kind of fan of his or what have you, but I was never under any impression, to be honest with you, and I'm going to have to really be honest with you, I was never under the impression that he did not hit this girl. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's not about that he hit her. A lot of people have had fights. A lot of people have had just wrestling matches. You're grabbing the girl's hands, whatever. She slapped you, you slap her, Chris Brown, all that. A lot of people have had that happen. A lot of people have had that situation go down, whether they wanted to or not. They've gotten into it with a significant other, and bada bing. A lot of nonsense going on, a lot of foolery, and you got yourself a domestic charge. I was in a thing with my girl from back in the day, and they was going to lock me up, and I'm like, look at me, look at her. Look at me, look at her. They were like, you know what? You're right. You got all the marks on you. You got all the marks on you. She don't have none. You can go, sir. Just go straight back into the house. And if she try to follow you, we're gonna lock her up. So it ain't always about, that this is what it looks like. So, same as Chris Brown. Was there an altercation? Yes. I'm sure there was an altercation. Was with this guy, was it an altercation? This is what I'm gonna say. Every now and then you get a girl that'll lie. And yes, she did admit supposedly to lying to some degree. They may trump it up and say whatever, but you're rarely, unless it's a real devious chick, that's going to straight up lie about an assault. Let's just be honest. Like, who blacked her eye, bro? Like, let's be honest. Now, we can move forward and forgive the man. If the man was, toward the end of his life, he was asking for forgiveness. He had changed. He was positive. He was very, very instrumental in settling a lot of beefs. When they took this guy, it was at the wrong time. Some people say he deserved it. Some people look like karma. You could say it's all that. But at the end of the day, they took this guy when he was about to become exactly what he was supposed to be. You can see the video. He killed himself in the video and became a new person in the video. In Sad, if you watch Sad, he destroys his old self and becomes a new person. And then if you watch Moonlight, which is released after he's dead, it looks like he's in a party and no one can see him. So the videos progress. And if you pay attention to what the man was doing, the man was transforming. He was transforming from this person that was mad evil. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. So, now I'm not even going to just say in the hood. So, in many cases, a violent person is hurting. A person that's mad violent First of all, they saw violence in their own life. If you know anything about the dude, you heard him say when he was like 7 or 8, he tried to stop his mom's boyfriend from kicking her ass. And he tried to stab him or something crazy. That's the beginning of when you watch your mom getting beat. That's violent. That's very traumatic. That is like something that you're never going to recover from that. So you're setting a child into this thing, and he always felt his mom, she did her best, but he felt like he couldn't get enough attention. Just a lot of little shit that kids go through. That makes you angry inside. That makes you wild. And then you're out in these streets, especially in Florida. You out in these streets and it's wild. You know what I'm saying? You a single, you are only child, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I think he got a sister or something. But from what it sounds like, he was definitely on his own out there. So you fending for yourself. So what you gonna do? You're gonna get into trouble. You're gonna get into trouble. You don't have no guidance. You're gonna get into trouble, especially you got bottled up anger. So dude gets in mad fights, goes into jail, in and out, schools get kicked out, da-da-da. Just wilding, just next level wilding. Like, you know how they say, oh, you're going to meet somebody bigger and badder than you or whatever. He was the other side of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the dude you didn't want to meet. Like, that dude, that dude that's with it, that's with all that, everything. Oh, you want to knuckle? Let's knuckle. Like that cat. So this is what we were dealing with when he first went to jail. The distorted song, look at me, fuck with me, da-da-da. The song is hot. But this is what we're looking at, a tragic tale unfolding in front of us. I know a lot of people thinking that, you know, a lot of other rappers was going to die before this dude. And this dude got up out of here when he really had stopped all the nonsense. When he was in the middle of the Migos and all this shit that he was doing, there was no, he didn't never get touched. I mean, he fought the Migos and all that, but this dude never got shot, none of that, stabbed, nothing. It's when this dude tried to change and come out of that cocoon, that's when these dummies come around. You know what I'm saying? These dummies gonna rob you for 50 grand and is it a Louis bag? Is it a Louis bag? Something like that. He has a bag that he has on in the video for Moonlight. Apparently he had just shot the video for Moonlight and goes to a motorcycle shop. And someone, I think the motorcycle shop themselves post that he's in there. Goes on live, posts that he's in there, da-da-da-da. So this fat dude and some other dudes decide they're going to go come up on a quick lick, yada, yada, yada. The rest is history. It's a bungled, I can't even say it's a bungled robbery, because if it's some suckers out there that kill when they rob. Sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that it was a bungled robbery. But what I can say that it was a stupid robbery. They didn't even get a week out. They didn't even get a week out with this money. I want to say 2 weeks top. I don't know. Put it like this. They wasn't even with this money long enough to spend it. 5 dudes, if they got 50 grand, if they got 50 grand, you had to split it 5 ways, apparently, if I'm wrong. Now, if it was 10 grand, that's even worse. You got 2 grand each. And now, personally, I don't know why you walking around 50 grand in a Louis bag, dolo, or with one dude. That's just me. I don't know why you're doing that in the first place. First of all, you got too much money. You got too much money. You need to be in there with a black card. You need to be there in there with 4 or 5 of your boys. It's real out here. It's real, bro. But that's neither here nor there. News flash comes on. Rapper Xxxtentacion shot and killed in Florida. It is everywhere. It is on everything. It is a disaster. This dude was on his way to being arguably. I'm giving this dude probably 3 years before he probably is the biggest thing in music. Like the biggest thing in music. Like, because he worked with everyone. And that's what people don't get. A person that works with everyone is stretching their branches into so many different areas. This dude, I saw him on a rock video with some chick doing a rock song. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I heard him on a heavy metal song. This dude was doing everything. So this dude was poised, because he wasn't afraid. He was poised to be literally the biggest thing in music. It's a fact. So for you to be in a motorcycle shop, especially on live, see, this is what people don't do. A lot of rich people, people that's popular or famous like that, they're not going to be letting you post them live nowhere. Especially no small local motorcycle shop. But this dude was a man of the people. You know, he walked around his city, dolo. It's a fact. You see a lot of videos of him in the crowd with like 4, 5, 6 fans talking to him, dolo, with a book bag on, barefoot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he wasn't scared. He wasn't scared. And in some ways, I truly believe this dude wanted to die. I mean, if you listen to his music, he was always pained. He was always just hurting, blah, blah, blah. That's neither here nor there. So we're going to move forward. So these numbskulls go shoot this man for a Louis bag and some blah, blah. He's in a Beamer. Like, the car itself is mad, dumb expensive. So I think somebody was in the car with him, jumped out. Who knows what? I don't know why he's not catching more heat, but whatever. I don't know if X didn't give the bag up or couldn't get it off or whatever. But end of the day, they shoot this dude. Blow. Reach in the car, take the bag. Oh my God, y'all dudes so stupid, bro. Literally on camera. Literally on every camera in the neighborhood. So that's that. They wrap these dudes up. 4, 5 dudes. One pointing fingers at the other one saying is this guy. One want to get out because he having a baby. Nonsense, silly shit. Nobody letting you out. Ain't none of y'all niggas getting out. Ain't none of y'all niggas getting out. You killed a 20-year-old man over a fucking bag of money. First of all, a move like that, that's for like 1 dude or 2. You can't split that between no 5 dudes, man. So y'all dudes is dumb anyway. And I don't know how much you robbed him for you had to be for the clout. Because you couldn't have think he had but so much money. It ain't worth it. Because if you catch the charge for the armed robbery, it ain't even worth the money you're going to get. The bag only holds but so much money, so y'all stupid. So, end of the day, these dudes get caught. This dude is dead. His mom has to bury her son. And through all this controversy, we're still trying to figure out, X fans are debating whether or not this girl was actually beat by X savagely. Now, this is the difference. Supposedly, he didn't just beat her. It was savage beatings over nonsense. Like, if you listen to the reasons that he was beating her, she was listening to his homeboy's music and saying the words. This ridiculous shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's true or not, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what the reports are, that he was mad. It was a lot of jealousy. I don't know every single thing about this shit, but all I know is if that's the case, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. But I think this dude was troubled. And I think he did not change until he got out of jail and he saw all the love he was getting. And he saw all the places he can go and all the money. He couldn't go nowhere. This dude was locked into a downward spiral. Locked into a downward spiral. Broke, got charges, all this stuff. He beat his girl, now he's in jail. This dude was on a downward spiral. The only thing saved that man this long was that song. The song blows up. This dude becomes... He's sitting there talking about Drake. Drake is talking about... So this dude is like big shit at that point. This point, you're on a level that you haven't seen before. So, of course, your mind frame going to change. You're traveling. You're going to city after city, It's 2,000-3,000 people. He tweeted one time, yo, I'm going to be at some spot, some park, whatever it was, for free or whatever. Oh, no, a free concert. The venue hold what? I think it was 1,000. I think he tweeted out free concert. Thousands of people came. It was so many people they couldn't even do the concert. This is the stuff that changes your life. He starts meeting all these rappers, all these people that he used to look up to a degree, and some of them he's seeing on his way up and all. He's just getting mad love. It changed his heart. It changed his heart. It changed his whole outlook on life. But the charges never went away. We saw him go to jail more than once for the same charges. He tried to supposedly contact the girl, which is a no-no. It is a fact. If you try to reach out to someone who is in an active case as a witness against you, that is witness tampering. You can go to jail just for that. So he supposedly tried to reach out to the girl, which when you're troubled, you're going to do that because you and this girl been mind fucking each other for so long. You're going to reach out to her because then you're going to try to sway her, which is exactly what he's trying to do. So it is what it is. That's what happened. So now he's back in jail, off and on, in jail for this same shit. He's in the Kodak Black video saying, I'm going to court. I need you guys' energy to come down, blah, blah, blah. Everything is all about energy now. Everything is moving in a different vein, a different lane, but the charges are still there. Nothing has went away. We're still in online debates. You got the X fans versus the non-X fans. I mean, my daughter is like, every time I put a song on her, she's like, I don't want to hear that. He's a domestic abuser. He's a woman beater. How you gonna put a pitchfork? I mean, how you gonna stab a girl? Threaten to put a a fireplace poker up her ass? That's fucked up. Like, so it's all these women and men, some men, they all in with he's a woman beater. There's nothing you can say. If you go on any post about XXX, you're gonna see that. You're gonna see that narrative of woman beater, he beater, da-da-da, he's whatever, with these whatever. In steps, okay, I'm about to skip. So, this dude is tragically murdered, senseless violence, 20 years old. I personally believe, and this is my belief, that this dude completely, and it's going to sound weird, but I think he completed his transformation of shedding his body, coming back into his son. I believe that. That's just my opinion, that he transferred his energy into his son as a new person. But that's just me. This dude is tragically murdered. They dropped the charges. Everything is blah, 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 blah. Rest in peace, X. It's tragic. It's horrible. It's sad. His mom is running his account. New video drops. Everybody's whatever. So it's the gift and the curse with this new music. His son has more stuff going on. It's the gift and the curse. So in steps this buffoon. Before we even get any further into the beating of the girl, we're going to step into this Vic Mensa bullshit. So this guy comes up with a freestyle talking about we are idolizing these woman beaters, these domestic abusers, basically saying on some self-righteous shit, we need to check ourselves. And y'all ain't checking for me, a nigga that's out here really grinding. You support it. At the bottom line of the whole shit, if you really peel back the layers, and you know that he said he hit his own girl. So the bottom line of this shit is, why is this nigga hotter than me? That's the bottom line of it. It ain't no other reason. The shit is, look at me. Why this nigga hotter than me? You fucking with this nigga, but I'm right here. I've been putting in work longer than him. You blew them all up real quick. Now it's all about him. He's selling more than me. His single selling more than me. Everybody want to work with him. No one wants to work with me. That's what this shit really was. Sucker shit. So Vic Mensa stirred the fucking pot with this whole freestyle about this guy, about X. Kick the whole shit back up into overdrive. How can we support a woman beater? The shit went down the middle again. He's not a woman beater. She lied. She recanted her statement, all of that. And it's the other people on the other side. He's a woman beater. He was going to jail for that. He beat her ass many times. We saw the pictures, the black guy, he's guilty. And it's a stalemate. And it still is a stalemate to this day. But something happened today or yesterday. Something drastic. Something really, really crazy. This dude was secretly recorded saying not only was he beating her ass, but that they think he only stabbed 4 people. He really stabbed 8. He's out here. And that's only in the clip I heard. I didn't even hear the 27-minute clip. He basically is like, nigga, y'all don't even really know. I'm out here. I don't give a fuck. I'm with this shits all day. Every day. I beat her ass. I beat your ass. I beat anybody's ass. So this dude was on some other shit. So if you hear this, now what? Now what? We are looking at a conundrum. I'm going to say this shit, a great human being. Because what he was becoming. This dude was squashing other people's beefs. Let alone his own beefs. This dude was squashing other people's beef. This dude was giving charity. This dude was doing charity before Drake took the shit and started doing it. I honestly believe in 3 years, Drake would have been trying to do everything this dude was doing. I feel that way. So this dude was becoming a great human being. I know dudes like to be like, oh, he a fucking sucker, like whatever. I believe this guy, had he had a chance to flourish in the next 10 years, this dude level would have been on some snap his fingers and 1 million people go the way he say go. It would have been on some Tupac shit. I'm not talking about his rapping before some dumbass nigga say some shit about, oh, you comparing him to Tupac? No. And I know he said he was better than Tupac. That was some fuck shit. He shouldn't have said that. It's 2 different lanes. They're not even, it's 2 different eras. You're talking about a guy 20 years ago. So no, you shouldn't have said that. But the level of cultism, the level of fandom that he put these people in, they're still fighting to this day. X fans still fight to this day. You post something about X, it's going to be on and popping. These dudes be going at his mom. I'm like, yo, first of all, I don't like that shit. His mom, first she tweeting too much, then she not tweeting enough, and then she's buying this, she's buying a house, she's accepting this award. Like, they always got something to say. They trying to control. This is his mom, bro. This is his mom. Let her be, bro. She grieving. You didn't put this guy, you didn't raise this guy. You didn't birth this guy. That's his mom. You wasn't shooting in the gym. Point blank, that's his mom. Stop fucking with his mom. So his mom is out here grieving. She's trying to do the best she can. She's like, she got to wake up. She barely probably sleep. Her son is gone. He's gone. And all these people can talk about is this guy possibly beating this girl's ass. So this girl came to the memorial. She came to the memorial. They went nuts. Was like, why? No, this not happening. Get your ass out of here. Which is, it's depending on how you look at it. It's either fair or not fair. I don't think it's fair because at this point we all grieving. You know, if you're there, you're grieving. But at the end of the day, they're looking at it like, nah, bitch, you lie. If you feel she lied, she don't belong there. So they kicked the girl out of the funeral, which I think is kind of fucked up. But it is what it is. They kicked her out of the memorial. She's crying, she's posting, whatever. This shows you the level of fandom that this guy commanded. So they attack his mom, they attack the girl. It's just like rabid wolves. Leave the ex alone, whatever. The tape comes out today or yesterday of this guy's voice. It is his voice saying that he fucked her up and that he stabbed people and more. I ain't even heard the whole shit, but that is sound enough for me to say, all right, enough of the. At this point, if you're saying that he didn't do it, there's something wrong with you. But that's neither here nor there. The tape comes out. like I said before, some foul shit. You got academics trying to spin it every kind of way, saying, "Oh, well, the court of law and this shit wouldn't even be submissible in court." Yeah, that's right, but it's about that tape. This ain't court, so that tape is admissible in public opinion. So if you listen to that tape, it doesn't mean you got to change your feelings about this guy. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that he couldn't been a better person at the end of the day. It doesn't mean that he didn't change his life. It doesn't mean that he got what he deserved. It doesn't mean that, karma, this is what was supposed to happen and X planned did this. It doesn't mean none of that. What it means is this guy was troubled. He was troubled. He didn't know how to process his emotions with this girl, and it turned physical. He said it. He said, until I start fucking her up. That means it was a lot of shit before he hit her even at one time. It was shit before that. She cheated on him, whatever happened. He didn't know how to process these things. And that's no excuse. It's no excuse that he didn't know how to process them, so he punched the girl, whatever he did to her. You don't know. They both could be fist fighting each other. You don't know. We don't know the facts. But all we heard was the tape, him saying that he fucked her up. That doesn't mean you now throw this man away. Because there was a great post, a great meme that said, basically, Elijah Muhammad, had he died at 20, he would have been whatever. And Farrakhan would have still been shooting dice or whatever he did. And Maya Angelou would have still been a prostitute at 20. So all these people that we look up to and revere, they wasn't what we look at them now as. When they hit 50 and 60, we look at them as legends. But they all did some shit when they were younger that we wouldn't approve of in this PC world right now. So we're not saying that with this tape, all of a sudden, who knows? Maybe he did stab 8 people. Who the fuck knows what happened? We wasn't there. Maybe all 8 people had it coming. Who the fuck knew? We don't know what happened. We don't know if it was a gang fight. We don't know what the hell happened. Dude could be out here protecting himself in every situation. Or he could be the aggressor. We don't know. It was a 1-minute clip. We have no idea what went down. We don't know. It is a fact. So my thing is, if we're going to call this man a woman abuser, I think for you to be a woman abuser, you have to abuse several women constantly through your entire life. Every woman you get with, you punch them in the face, you break them down mentally, physically. That's a woman abuser. If you were 15, 16, or whatever, 17, and you were hitting your girl, and then you realized, or you became a better person, you apologized to her, you took responsibility. I'm not saying he took responsibility or owned it, because he didn't have a chance to. But what I'm saying is, the next girl is having his baby. I don't recall her saying he hit her. I don't know, but she could have. But for you to be a woman abuser, that means habitual. That means that's what you do. I don't feel comfortable calling somebody a woman abuser when they did shit in their teens that was fucked up. Yes, shit happened in your teens. I did crimes in my teens. Does that make me, for the rest of my life, I'm a drug dealer the rest of my life? If I did that shit at 18, 19, and then in my 20s and 30s, I'm straight and narrow. 40s, I got kids in college. But all I'm ever was that drug dealer, right? For the rest of my life? Nah, that's not how it works, bro. So, end of the day, this man was 20 years old. This man was on trial that never got to finish because he was murdered. This means you never got his side of the story. You never got the full story. All you got right now is this clip that's saying, whatever, I did this, I did that. It could be posturing. It could be whatever. We don't know what it is. All we know is Pitchfork put it out for clicks. The news media grabbed it. Vic Mensa somewhere doing a dance. Because he feel like, yeah, son, I was right. But he a punk. That's soft. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm going to say, this is my final thing on this. I feel, yes, did he hit this girl? I believe he hit her. But does that make this man a woman abuser? A woman abuser, like I said, is habitual. Someone who abused several women. That's how they grow up. That's how they live. I don't think this kid was that. I don't think he would have been hitting women had he lived another 10 years. I don't think he would have been someone as angry as he was had he lived another 10 years. I don't think this was a bad guy. I don't think it was a bad guy. And I know it's popular to say, oh, he was a piece of shit. Whatever. I don't think this was a bad guy. I think he made a mistake. He couldn't say it. He's 19 years old, the beginning of his fucking career. Of course he's not going to say, I beat this chick ass. Chris Brown still ain't really said the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, of course he's not going to say that. Because he's going to be judged like he's getting judged right now. So, the simple fact is, I don't think... Yeah, the nigga, he did some fucked up shit. Wilding in jail and all this shit. Beat up the guy that was the gay guy for looking at him too long or whatever in jail. He did some fucked up shit as a kid. But a lot of people can come out of that system and turn their life around. And they're not going to be that for the rest of their life. So I'm not going to throw this tag on him saying he's a woman abuser. Even if he did hit this girl back then, they came to terms with it. The girl even went back to him. This is what people don't know. She moved away from Florida to like Texas. And then went back down. So this is my thing. You move from Texas to get away from the guy. You talk to him on the phone, and then you go all the way back down to Florida. Something is more. It's more there, bro. It's more there. So I'm going to reserve judgment on calling this guy a woman beater. I know that's not popular. Again, I believe he hit the girl, but I don't think he was going to be, had he got the chance to live, to be a habitual woman beater. That's where I stand on that. Now, you know, I know people going to have their own side of this. They're going to feel like, well, oh, fuck, if you hit her one fucking time, you're a woman beater. Well, that's you entitled to that opinion. You're entitled to that opinion. Some people like, if you slap that girl one time, even if you just mentally abuse her, you yell at her all the time, you call her fat, you're an abuser, then I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. It is a fact. If you do that stuff, you are an abuser. But I do think they have rehabilitation. I do think they have clinics. And I do think they have anger management. And people do come out on the other side. I think people come out on the other side of that, bro. I think people get psychological help. People get mad. This dude could have been a manic depression. You don't know what's going on. Bipolar, whatever. I don't think this dude should be labeled from now to 2059 as a woman abuser. That's my opinion. That's what I'm rolling with. Talking facts, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is like every other tale where there's always another shoe and it's never going to be one way. There's no one perfect. There is no one who is above reproach. You name that motherfucker and I'll give you 7 things that make him a scumbag. So everyone has something going on. Everyone. And that's where I'm going to leave it at. My name is Chuck Wickels, a.k.a. Charles Brown. Thank y'all for watching. Like the video. Don't like it. Whatever you want to do. Subscribe to the channel. Go over to CLBMG. I put the Lil Wayne review up. I'm about to do fucking Styles P and Dave East review. And then I got some other channels working on too. And 1 Minute News goes up every day. I just got on the WBRU radio station. They're going to put the 1 Minute News every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, every hour on an hour from 7 to noon. They have an app. If you don't live in this area to get that station, they have an app that's hip-hop all the time. If you get that app off of iTunes, you can hear WBRU in all its glory. So, peace out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay focused. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.